Hello, welcome back. I'm Chisel. This is Satisfactory, Factory for Dummies, and today we're going to make nuclear pasta. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Let's get started. In this factory, we're going to be using 622 copper ore, 812 iron ore, 138 bauxite, 110 coal, 35 raw quartz, about 355 water, 25 nitrogen gas, and 48 crude oil. First, let's start with making one fused modular frame per minute. We're going to need one heavy modular frame, 50 aluminum casing, and 25 nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas is pretty easy. Just find some nitrogen gas and throw it right inside of a blender. All right, first for the 50 aluminum casing, we're going to need 84 bauxite and 84 water to make 100 alumina solution in a refinery using the alternate sloppy alumina recipe. Then we're going to send that alumina solution to another refinery to make 150 aluminum scrap. We're also going to add 50 coal. Then we're going to send the alumina scrap to a smelter to make 75 aluminum ingot. Then we're going to send the aluminum ingots to a constructor to make 50 aluminum casing, and then send the aluminum casing to the blender. Don't forget the water byproduct from this here refinery. I just send it to a coal generator with some coal to get rid of the excess water. Now we need one heavy modular frame per minute. We're going to need 5 modular frame, 20 steel pipe, 5 encased industrial beam, and 120 screws per minute. Using the alternate pure ingot recipe, we're going to make 80 iron ingot inside of a refinery. Then we're going to send it to a constructor. We're going to use the alternate iron pipe recipe to make 20 steel pipe per minute. Send it to the manufacturer. In another refinery, alternate pure iron ingot recipe, we're going to make 30 iron ingot per minute. Send the ingots to a constructor to make 120 alternate cast screws per minute. Send the screws to the manufacturer. Then to make the 5 encased industrial beams using the alternate encased industrial pipe recipe, we're going to start back here in another refinery using the alternate pure iron ingot recipe. We're going to make 120 iron ingot. Send those ingots to a constructor to make 30 steel pipe per minute. Then we're going to send those pipes to the assembler. And then we have 25 concrete per minute coming from the alternate wet concrete recipe from the refinery. Once you get your 5 encased industrial beams per minute, send that to the manufacturer. And then lastly, we need our 5 modular frames per minute. We're going to use the alternate steeled frame recipe. So we're going to start back here. We have another alternate pure iron ingot recipe, making 66.8 iron ingots per minute. In a constructor, we're going to make 16.7 steel pipe using the alternate iron pipe recipe. We're going to send that to the final assembler to make the alternate steeled frame modular frames. Then back here we have yet again another alternate pure iron ingot recipe in a refinery to make 30.15 iron ingot. Those iron ingots are going to make 20.1 iron plate. We're going to send that to an assembler to make 3.35 reinforced iron plate. Last refinery for iron, we have 10.05 iron ingot using the alternate pure iron ingot recipe. We're going to make 40.2 alternate cast screws inside of a constructor. Then we want to send those to the assembler making the reinforced iron plates. Then we're going to send the reinforced iron plates and the steel pipes to the assembler to make the 5 modular frames per minute. Then send the item into the manufacturer, making your 1 heavy modular frame per minute. Now that you have your heavy modular frame, send the heavy modular frame to the blender to make the fused modular frame. Step 1 complete. So the next item we're going to make is 2 radio control units per minute. We need 32 aluminum casing, 1 crystal oscillator, and 2 computers per minute. Let's go. First, let's start with the aluminum casing. We're going to need 32 per minute. So we're going to go with 54 bauxite and 54 water to make 64 aluminum solution. Send the solution over to another refinery with 32 coal to make 96 aluminum scrap. Don't forget about your water byproduct right here. Send the aluminum scrap to a smelter to make 48 pure ingots per minute. In the constructor, make 32 aluminum casing per minute. Then send the casing to the manufacturer. Now we need 1 crystal oscillator per minute, so we need 18 quartz crystal per minute, 14 cable per minute, and 2.5 reinforced iron plates per minute. In a refinery, make 18 alternate pure quartz crystal per minute. All you need is 24 raw quartz and about 13 water. Send that to the refinery to make the crystal oscillators. In another refinery, make 16 iron ingots per minute using the alternate pure iron ingot recipe. Then we're gonna use the alternate iron wire recipe to make 28 wire per minute. Then another constructor is gonna make 14 cable per minute from the 28 wire. Then we're gonna send the cable on down to the manufacturer. Next, for the reinforced iron plates, we're gonna need 7.5 iron ingots per minute. I use the alternate pure iron ingot recipe. We're gonna make 30 alternate cast screws per minute. Send that to the assembler. Then we're gonna need 22.5 iron ingots again. We're gonna send it to a constructor to make 15 iron plates. In the assembler, we're gonna make 2.5 reinforced iron plates per minute. I'm gonna send those iron plates over to the manufacturer. And now we have our 1 crystal oscillator per minute. Send the crystal oscillator over to the manufacturer to make the radio control units. Last but not least, we need 2 computers per minute. So we need 8 circuit boards. We need 16 cable and 32 plastic. We're gonna use the basic computer recipe. First, we're gonna use the alternate pure copper ingot recipe. So we need about 7 copper and about 5 water. We're gonna send the copper ingots to a constructor to make 32 wire. Then those 32 wire are gonna make 16 cable per minute. And then we're gonna send the cable to the manufacturer making the computers. I'm gonna come back here. We're gonna need 8 circuit board per minute. We're gonna use the alternate silicon circuit board recipe. So we need 35.2 copper ingots coming from the alternate pure copper ingot recipe. Requires about 15 copper ore and about 10 water. Inside of a constructor, we're going to make 17.6 copper sheets per minute. Send that to the assembler. And in another constructor, we're going to take about 11 quartz to make 17.6 silica. Throw both of those inside of a assembler. Now we have our 8 circuit board per minute. I'm going to throw that into the manufacturer. Now we need our 32 plastic per minute. All right, for the plastic, we got 32 plastic and we got 16 heavy oil residue as a byproduct from a refinery. All we need is 48 crude oil. We're gonna send the plastic all the way to the manufacturer, but we gotta get rid of the heavy oil residue. So we're gonna throw the excess heavy oil residue and water inside of a blender using an alternate diluted fuel recipe. Then we're gonna take the fuel and just toss it inside of a fuel generator. All right, now that you got your plastic, send it to the manufacturer. Now you got your 2 computers per minute. send your computers over to here to make the 2 radio control units per minute. Now you got your radio control units, you got your fuse modular frame, throw it in the assembler, and you got your pressure conversion tube. Now that we got the hard part done, let's do the easy part, the copper powder. We need 200 copper powder per ingot. We're going to need 2 constructors that need 600 copper ingots per minute. I'm going to come over here to a foundry. We're going to need 125 copper ore and 125 iron ore to make 250 copper ingot. We're going to do that inside of 4 foundries. And then on another foundry, we're only going to make 100 copper ingot. That only requires 50 copper and iron ore. Put those here and here. Then you send it on over to the constructor to make your 200 copper powder per minute. Now you're gonna send your copper powder in your pressure conversion cube to here, the particle accelerator. And then you have your nuclear pasta. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I gotta go. Peace.